वेलकम बैक। आज का ये वीडियो स्पेशली मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी एमकॉम पार्ट 1 के आइडॉल स्टूडेंट्स के लिए है। जैसे कि हम सब लोग को पता है कि एमकॉम पार्ट 1 की एग्जाम नवंबर में डिक्लेयर की है, बट अभी तक कोई डेट या टाइम टेबल रिलीज नहीं किया है मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी ने। पर हम लोग को एग्जाम का प्रिपरेशन तो स्टार्ट कर ही देना है। तो यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम ये आ रही है कि कुछ स्टूडेंट्स के पास प्रॉपर स्टडी मटेरियल नहीं है, और जिन लोग के पास स्टडी मटेरियल है वो लोग को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि एमसीक्यूज के लिए प्रिपेयर कैसे करें। तो आज के इस वीडियो में हम लोग स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट के कुछ एमसीक्यूज देखेंगे। एंड आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक रिंकू फॉर प्रोवाइडिंग अस क्वेश्चन बैंक। अगर आप लोग को मेरा वीडियो अच्छा लगता है तो प्लीज इसे लाइक करें एंड सब्सक्राइब करें और अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर करें। एंड अगर आप लोग को और एमसीक्यूज चाहिए सो प्लीज कमेंट करो, तो मैं आपको नेक्स्ट वीडियो भी बना के और एमसीक्यूज दे दूंगी। सो विदाउट वेस्टिंग टाइम लेट्स स्टार्ट।
First, dash are the resources, skills or other advantages a firm enjoy relative to its competitor. Option A, weakness, B, strength, C, threats and D, opportunity. Right answer is option B, strength. Strength are the resources, skills or other advantages a firm enjoy relative to its competitor. Strategic strength is your ability to set right goal and create an action plan and follow them. Strategic strength is the foundation of the success. Stability strategy is dash strategy. Option A, corporate level, B, business level, C, functional level and D, strategic level. Right answer is option A, corporate level. Stability strategy is a corporate level strategy. A stability strategy refers to the strategy by a company where the company stops expenditure on expansion. In other words, it refers to the situation where a company do not venture into new market and introduce new product. What are the mean by long-term objective will achieved? Option A, strategies, B, policies, C, strength, D, opportunity. Right answer is option A, strategies. Strategy are a mean by which long-term objective will achieved. Business strategy may include geographic expansion, diversification, acquisition, product development, market penetration, retrenchment, liquidation and joint venture. Marketing strategy is a dash type of strategy. Option A, business level, B, growth strategy, C, corporate strategy and D, functional strategy. Right answer is option D, functional strategy. Marketing strategy is a functional strategy type of strategy. Functional strategy is a strategy or organizational plan adopted by each functional area wise marketing, production, finance, human resource and so on, in line with the overall business or corporate strategy to achieve organizational level objective. Which of this is a characteristics of soft human resource management? Option A, managers are responsible for employee. B, team provide increased productivity. C, managers are responsible for deploying employees. D, scientific management principle and system should be used to deal with employees. Right answer is option B, team provide increased productivity is a characteristics of soft human resource management. Soft human resource management is an approach to human resource management that involve treating employee as one of the company's most important assets. When management use soft human resource management, it view its employee as a critical resource who are key to their long-term business strategy. The dash has its own business strategy objective and competitors, and these are often differ from parent company. Option A, strategic business unit structure. B, matrix structure. C, divisional structure. D, none of the above. Right answer is option A. The strategic business unit has its own business strategy, objective, and competitor, and these are the often differ from the parent company. A strategic business unit, popularly known as SUB, it is full functional unit of business that has its own vision and direction. Typically, a strategic business unit operates as a separate unit, but it is also the important part of the company. It reports to headquarters about its operational status. What does question mark symbolize in BCG matrix? Option A, remains diversification. B, invest. C, stable. D, liquidate. And right answer is option A, remains diversification. Question mark symbolize remains diversification in business matrix. The BCG growth share matrix is used to help the company to decide what it should keep, sell, or invest more in. The BCG growth shares matrix break down the product into 4 categories: dog, cash cow, star, and question mark. Dash is a widely used farm work to summarize company's situation or current position. Option A, SWOT analysis. B, TOWS matrix. C, Enforce matrix. D, BCG matrix. And right answer is option A. SWOT analysis is widely used farm work to summarize company's situation or current position. SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat analysis is farm work used to evaluate the company's competitive position and develop strategic planning. SWOT analysis assesses internal and external factors as well as current and future position. The 3 organizational levels are: option A, corporate level, business level, and functional level. B, corporate level, business unit level, functional level. C, corporate strategy level, business unit level, and functional level. D, corporate strategy level, business level, and specialist level. Right answer is option A. The 3 organizational levels are corporate level, business level, and functional level. Corporate level involves the entire organization. Business level include division, product line, and other center of business activity within your organization. The functional level refers to the organizational departments such as human resource, marketing, operation, and IT. The BCG matrix is based on option A, industrial alternative and business strength. B, industrial growth rate and business strength. C, industrial alternative and relative market share. D, industrial growth rate and relative market share. Right answer is option D. The BCG matrix based on industrial growth and relative market shares. BCG matrix is a farm work created by Boston Consultancy Group to evaluate the strategic position of the business, brand portfolio, and its potential. What are guides to decision making? Option A, rules. B, procedure. C, goals. And D, policies. Right answer is D, policies. Policy are guide to decision making. Policy are standing plan that provide guideline for decision making. They are guides to thinking that establishment the boundaries or limit within which decisions are to be made. In strategic thinking, how long is a long term? approximately. Option A 1 month to 1 year, B 2 to 3 years, C 3 to 5 years, and D more than 5 years. Right answer is option D. In strategic thinking, more than 5 year long is long term, approximately. Most strategic plan look about 3 years to 5 years into the future. Buying another company by one company mean option A joint venture, B acquisition, C amalgamation, and D merger. Right answer is option B acquisition. Buying another company by one company means acquisition. An acquisition is when a company purchases most or all other companies' share to gain control of that company. Purchasing more than 50% of the target firm stock or other assets allowed to acquire to make a decision about newly acquired assets without the approval of company's shareholders. Low cost differentiation and focus are example of option A corporate strategy, B operational strategy, C business strategy, and D functional strategy. Right answer is option C business strategy. Low cost differentiation and focus are example of business strategy. A low cost provider seeks to sell its product at the lowest price it can, while still making a profit that it can draw a customer to the market. This is a bold vision of the low cost strategy because such companies try to appeal a broad market. Which environment can create a new market and a new business segment? Option A political environment, B economical environment, C socio-cultural environment, and D technological environment. Right answer is option D technological environment. Technological environment can create a new market and a new business segments. Technological environment refers to the state of science and technology in the country and related aspects such as rate of technical progress, institutional arrangements for development and application of new technology, etc. The word tactics is most likely to be associated with option A business strategy, B corporate strategy, C operational strategy, and D all of the above. Right answer is option C operational strategy. The word tactic is most likely to be associated with operational strategy. Operational strategy refers to the methods companies use to reach their objective. By developing operational strategy, a company can examine and implement effective and efficient system for using resources, personnel, and the work process. Buyer's market exists when option A few suppliers in the market, B buyer purchases in small volume, C buyer purchases in a large volume, and D product of suppliers are unique and different. Right answer is option C buyers purchases in large volume. Buyer's market exists when buyer purchases in a large volume. A buyer's market refers to the situation in which supply exceeds the demand, giving purchasers an advantage over the seller in price negotiation. How many cells are in SWOT matrix? Option A 9, B 6, C 3, and D 2. Right answer is option A 9. SWOT matrix contains 9 cells in which 4 are key factor sales, and 4 strategic sales, and 1 blank sale. The reason for diversification is option A, to reduce competition, B, to increase organizational capabilities, C, to get tax advantages, D, to get quick entry into business. Right answer is option B, to increase organizational capability. The reason for diversification is to increase organizational capability. Diversification strategies are used to expand firms' operations by adding market, products, services, or stage of the production to the existing business. The purpose for diversification is to allow company to enter line business that are different from the current operations. Strategic management handles option A, external issues, B, management issues, C, internal issues, and D, administrational issues. Right answer is option A, external issues. Strategic management handles external issues. Strategic management is ongoing planning, monitoring, analysis, and assessment of all necessary for an organization to meet its goal and objective. Changes in a business environment require organization to consistently access their strategy for success. What is the starting point of strategic intent? Option A, objective, B, goals, C, mission, and D, vision. And right answer is option D, vision. Vision is the starting point of strategic intent. The fundamental purpose of strategic planning is to align a company's mission with its vision. Without mission and vision, the plan exists in a vacuum. As the mission is the starting point of a planning, the vision is a destination, and the strategic plan is roadmap that help you to navigate from one to the other. Corporate level strategy deals with option A, objective of specific functions, B, objective of single strategic business unit, C, objective of corporate, D, objective of specific operations. Right answer is option C, objective of the corporate. Corporate level strategy deals with the objective of corporate. We can simply say that the corporate level strategy are concerned with the question about what business to be compete in. Corporate level involve the careful analysis in the selection of the business the company can successful. Corporate level strategy affects the entire organization and consideration dedicated in the strategic planning process. Which of the following would you not to expect to see in a vision statement? Option A, description of desirable future situations, B, motivational terminology, C, focus on values to which the organization is to commit, D, what is the organization seek to do to reach desirable future states. Right answer is option D. What is the organization seek to do to reach desirable future state is not expected to see in a vision statement. What are the decision and action that determine long-run performance of an organization? Option A, strategies, B, missions, C, goals, D, opportunities. Right answer is option A, strategies. Strategies are decisions and action that determine long-run performance of the organization. Strategic management therefore emphasizes the monitoring and evaluating external opportunity and threats in lights of a corporation strength and weakness. One of the top level manager of the large manufacturing plants used to spend her day trying to ensure that the material waste is not more than 10%. She spends her day performing the management process of option A, planning, B, organizing, C, leading, and D, controlling. Right answer is option D. One of the top level manager of the large manufacturing plants used to spend her day trying to ensure that the material waste is not more than 10%. She spends her day performing the management process of controlling. Control is a primary goal-oriented function of a management in an organization. It is a process of comparing the actual performance with the set standard of the company to ensure the activity are performed according to the plan, and if it not, then take a corrective action. Dash is a collection of managerial decision and action that determine the long run performance of an organization. Option A, planning, B, goal oriented management, C, strategic management, and D, leadership. Right answer is option C, strategic management. Strategic management is a collection of managerial decision and action that determine long run performance of an organization. Strategic management is ongoing planning, monitoring, analysis and assessment of all necessary of the organization to meet a goal and objective. Change in the business environment required to the organization to consistently assess their strategy for a success. Internal audit is done. Option A, before external audit, B, after external audit, C, parallel to external audit, and D, vertical to external audit. Right answer is option C, parallel to external audit. Internal audit is done parallel to external audit. An external audit is an examination that conducted by an independent accountant. This type of audit is most commonly intended to result in a certification of the financial statement of an entity. Why is strategic management important? Option A, it has little impact on organizational performance. B, it involves in many of the decisions that managers make. C, most organizations do not change. D, organizations are composed of similar division and functions. Right answer is option B. Strategic management important because it involves in many of the decisions that managers make. It acts as a foundation of all key decisions of the firm. It attempts to prepare organization for future challenges and play the role of exploring opportunity and also help identifying the way to reach those opportunities. Dash and dash are outcome from the study of external environment. Option A, threats and weakness. B, strength and weakness. C, weight and measures. And D, opportunity and threats. Right answer is option D, opportunity and threats. Opportunity and threats are outcome from the study of external environment. Which of the following require a firm to establish annual objective, devise policy, motivate employees and allocate resources of execution of the strategy? Option A, strategy formulation. B, strategy evolution. C, strategy implementation. And D, strategy estimation. Right answer is option C, strategy implementation. Strategy implementation requires a firm to establish annual objective, devise policy, motivate employees, and allocate resources for the execution of strategy. Strategic implementation is a process that puts plans and strategy into action to reach desired goal. The strategic plan itself a written document that details the steps and process needed to reach plan goal and include feedback and progress report that ensure that the plan is on track. What do cash cows symbolize in BCG matrix? Option A, remains diversified, B, invest, C, stable, and D, liquidate. Right answer is option C, stable. Cash cow are symbolized stable in BCG matrix. Cash cow are the leaders in a marketplace and generate more cash than they consume. These are a business unit or product that have high market share but low growth of prospect. Dash are the organization measure value creating a skill, capabilities and resources that determine the organizational competitive weapon. Option A, strength, B, opportunities, C, core competency, D, weakness. And right answer is C, core competency. Core competency are organization measure value creating skill, capability and resources that determine the organization competitive weapon. Core competency are the resources that capability and comprise the strategic advantage of the business. A modern management theory argues that the business must define, cultivate and explore its core competency in order to succeed against the competition. The sketch of BCG matrix. What is the label for horizontal axis? Option A, industrial growth rate, B, market share, C, market growth rate and D, business strength. Right answer is option B, market shares. The sketch of BCG matrix, market share is a label of horizontal axis. The Boston Consultancy Group product portfolio matrix is designed to help long-term strategic planning, to help business consider growth opportunity by reviewing its portfolio of a product to decide where to invest, to discontinue or develop product. Which strategy aim at improving internal weakness and taking advantage of external opportunity? Option A, SO. SO means strength and opportunity. B, WO, weakness and opportunity. C, SW, strength and weakness. D, ST, strength and threads. So right answer is B, WO, weakness, opportunity. WO strategy improve internal weakness by taking advantage of external opportunity. The merging of analysis of internal and external factor influencing the organizational strategy is known as option A, complete study, B, organizational behavior and theory, C, definitional analysis and D, SWOT analysis. Right answer is option D, SWOT analysis. The merging of analysis internal and external factor influencing the organizational strategy is known as SWOT analysis. SWOT means strength, weakness, opportunity and threat analysis. Firm work to use, evaluate the company's competitive position and develop strategic planning. SWOT analysis assesses internal and external factors as well as current and future potential. The sketch of BCG matrix. What is the label for vertical axis? Option A, market growth rate, B, business strength, C, market shares and D, industrial growth rate. Right answer is option D, industrial growth rate. The sketch of BCG matrix, industrial growth rate, is a label of the vertical axis. BCG matrix is a corporate planning tool which is used to portray firms or strategic business unit along with a relative market share and speed market growth. Middle level managers typically are responsible for dash strategy. Option A, business, B, organizational, C, operational, and D, corporate. Right answer is option A, business. Middle level managers typically are responsible for business strategy. Middle management is the center of hierarchical organization, subordinates to the senior management but above the lowest level of operational staff. Which of the following is not an element of strategic thinking? Option A, judge what strategic changes to make. B, realize what need to change. C, understand the current strategic position. D, manage organizational resources and competency. Right answer is option D. Strategic thinking has a 6 key element that includes ability to anticipate, challenge, interpret, decide, align, and learn. While each of these elements has received isolate attention, they become significant in entirely new way when examined in the context of one comprehensive framework. Strategy determine what businesses an organization should be in. Option A, business, B, organizational, C, operational, and D, corporate. Right answer is option D, corporate. Corporate strategy determine what business an organization should be in. Corporate strategy is hierarchically the highest strategy plan of the organization, which define the corporate overall goals and direction and the way in which will be achieved within strategic management activities. It is a long-term clarity, define the vision of the direction of a company or organization. Which of the following is not a recognized area of opportunity for developing strategy? Option A, functional, B, processual, C, strategic, and D, marginal. Right answer is option B. Processual is not a recognized area of opportunity for developing strategy. The definition of processual is used for process a particular method. Which type of strategy are for particular importance to global companies? Option A, corporate, B, functional, C, competitive, and D, corporate and competitive. Right answer is option D, corporate and competitive. Corporate and competitive type of strategy are of a particular importance to global companies. Competitive are a business strategy defined for a given business, the basis on which it will compete. Corporate strategy is typically decided in the context of defining the company's mission and vision, that is saying what the company does, why it exists, and what is the intended to become. SWOT analysis is done to know the option A, strength, B, threats and strength, C, weakness and opportunity, D, threat, strength, weakness and opportunity. Right answer is option D. SWOT analysis is done to know the threat, strength, weakness and opportunity. SWOT analysis is a simple but useful framework for analyzing your organizational strength, weakness, opportunity and threats. According to BCG matrix, strategic business unit comprising the product in attractive industry but representing little market share would be referred to as option A, a cash cow, B, a star, C, a dog, and D, a question mark. Right answer is D, a question mark. According to BCG matrix, strategic business unit comprising the product in attractive industry but representing little market share would be referred to as question mark. A company offers unique product that widely valued by customer, it is likely to be follow a option A, differentiation strategy, B, combination strategy, C, focus strategy, and D, cost leadership strategy. Right answer is option A, differentiation strategy. A company offers unique product that are widely valued by customer, it is likely to be followed differentiation strategy. Differentiation strategy, as the name suggested, is a strategy that aim distinguish a product or services from other similar product offered by the competitors in a market. The following are considered grand strategy except for option A, retrenchment strategy, B, strategic business unit, C, growth strategy, D, related diversification. Right answer is option B, strategic business unit. Strategic business unit implies an independently managed division of a large company having its own vision and mission and objective whose planning is done separately from other business of the company. Analyzing the external environment and the organizational resources are part of the option A, functional level planning process, B, determining the mission of a business, C, financial planning process, and D, strategic planning process. Right answer is option D. Strategic planning process. Strategic planning process is undertaken by the organization to develop plan for achievement for overall long-term organizational goal. Dash are the external force affecting the organization. Option A, technological force, B, political force, C, economical force, and D, all of the above. Right answer is option D, technical force, political force, and economic force are external force affecting the organization. Strategic business unit, option A, are found in one business organization. B, carry out the strategy assigned by the CEO. C, develop their own unique way of competing. D, implement the marketing function, strategic planning and management decision. Right answer is option C. Strategic business unit develop their own unique way for competing. A strategic business unit, popularly known as SUB, is a fully functional unit of a business that has own vision and decision. Typically, a strategic business unit operates as a separate unit, but it is also an important part of a company. Marketing current product with the possible modification and range increase is also known as what? Option A, retrenchment, B, market penetration, C, product development, and D, market development. Right answer is option D, market development. Marketing current product with the possible modification and range increase is also known as market development. Market development is a strategic step taken by the company to develop the existing market rather than looking for a new market. Retrenchment is option A, when a company is declining a profit and make cut back to the improve efficiency. B, when a company adopt a new strategic position of a product or services. C. The sale of a complete business, either the single going concern or piecemeal to different buyer, sometimes by auction the assets. D. Take place when an organization lack of success factor of the particular market. Right answer is option A. Retrenchment is when a company experiences decline the profit and make cut back to the improvement of efficiency. Retrenchment is a termination of employee by employer for a reason other than the punishment meted out by a disciplinary action. Employees are terminated in such a manner are financially compensated by employer.